And alas, the year is coming to an end, and now that we have all the champions that this year will give, I'm making my damage tier list video. Now when it comes to the damage class, it's interesting. I don't play a lot of them, but when I do, they're some of my most high level characters. I don't like them simply because a lot of them are from around launch, which means that they're just not interesting. Viktor is perfectly defined as run and gun, Vivian is perfectly defined as shoot, and Cassie is perfectly defined as shoot, but with a bird. I'm not saying these characters are bad, they can get some damage off, but man, they're just not as interesting. But then you have damage like Dredge, which I personally like. Dredge is, I will admit, more fun than the others I had just listed, but man, he can get boring too. I like the flank class much better. They have more mobility, they have a more interesting goal, and they do pretty much the same amount of damage. But nevertheless, here's my tier list. And if you've watched my other tier list videos, go check them out, then you'll know that I only play overpowered characters and French snipers. I don't know why, but from the beginning of me playing games, I've just been playing pretty much nothing but French snipers. Back in the day when I played Modern Combat Versus, Monarch was my main, an overpowered French sniper who, I mean, he could literally one-tap every agent in the game no matter their health. My favorite agent from Valorant is Chamber, an overpowered French sniper, and I've played a lot of Tiberius, a French tiger, not a sniper though. But, yeah, OP in French is my thing, I guess. Also, really quickly, January 1st marks the second phase of PGG, so be ready for some big, and I mean big videos coming up soon. Alright, let's do this. Just remember these are my opinions. Alright, so the damage class is the biggest class in the game, and I know there are a lot of characters in here that a lot of people like, love, all kinds of stuff. So, I'm going to be giving my tier list on it, so let's go. Starting off with Bomb King. I personally do not like Bomb King. I know he can get some damage off, and he's got some decent mobility. He's got a lot of cards that you can use that really amplify his simple abilities, but I just don't like this character. I don't know. I just don't like him. I know he's got potential. I'm going to put him in the C tier. I just don't like this character. He's got some, like, I like his ultimate. I don't know. I just personally don't like the character. I feel like there are other people in this game who can get the same, if not more, damage off, and they don't have to, like, throw something and then activate something. I don't know. He is, I'm going to put him in the B tier, actually, because you know what? He is interesting. The whole, he's a bomb thing, his weapons are little bombs and all kinds of stuff, and you have to, like, throw bombs on the enemies and then activate the bombs. I actually like that, so I'm going to put him up because he's interesting. So, there you go. Cassie is next. I talked about this character in the intro. Cassie is just shoot with a bird. She's got simple abilities, you know, she's got shoot, her primary fire, she can roll, then she's got an ultimate which just reveals enemies. You've got a blast thing, and then you've got, like, that's pretty much it. This character is just, remember, she's from around launch, so just tell me when you start seeing this pattern, that the characters that were around or were there when the game started are just not interesting, and they're just simple, right there, just nothing. You look at Yagharoth, which is a relatively new character, and she's crazy. She's basically two completely different characters in one. I mean, you've got the planted form where she can spray and she can pierce, and she's got, like, all this stuff, and then hardening, all this stuff. And then you've got her planted form where she rolls, like, really fast, and then she sprays acid, leaves acid, like, all this stuff. She's so complicated. She's relatively new. You look back at these characters, Cassie's one of them. She's just there. She's just shoot, but then she's got a bird up to her right or whatever. I don't know. So I'm going to put her in the C tier. She can get some damage off. I just can't. I don't know. I just don't like this character. She's not interesting. There's nothing I can do with this character that doesn't get old, because there's only one thing you can do with this character. Don't really like this character. So, C tiers, whatever. Next is Dredge. I actually really like this character. Not only can they get a lot of damage off, I believe the most damage I ever did was 400,000, and that was with Dredge. So, not only can you get a lot of damage off with him, but he's good at what he does. Now, he's got some unique abilities, and he's interesting. So I actually really like this character. I'm going to put him in the S tier. There are a couple things that I do not like about this guy. There's the fact, like, what is his primary fire? It's a squid on a gun that shoots. So instead of the gun shooting, it's the back of the squid's head, which has a portal. Like, it makes no sense. I really don't like it. It's kind of ugly and clunky on the screen. It does add to his uniqueness. Last I checked, no one in the game has a freaking, like, squid on their gun that's, instead of the gun shooting, I mean, you load the ammo in. I don't get it. Maybe the squid amplifies the stuff as it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm going to put him in the S tier. I really do like him, but there are just some things that don't make sense about this guy. I really dislike it. So I'm going to put him in the S tier. I still like him, and he is still my highest damage. So I'm going to leave him right cheap as freak. You can just get so much damage and kills with this guy by, like, just looking at the sky. Great. Next is Drogoz. I actually really like Drogoz. He's interesting. You know, he can fly around, stuff like that. But he can also get some damage off, and he's fun. I really like when you activate your salvo and you shoot a bunch of enemies and you see all that damage. There are different, like, techniques that you can use with this character where you spray, but then you activate salvo, and then you, like, aim at the salvo, and then you start shooting. You aim at the spit that's flying in the sky that you can activate to hurt everybody around them, and then you, like, shoot and you swerve, so only one bullet hits that, explodes, and all the others hit that. I really like this character, actually. Like, I actually really like this character. But the problem is he is limited. If you want to get the most out of his flying or his, like, jetpacks, you've got to be good at the game. Because the cards that make using his jetpack a little more, you need to, like, really be good at the game. It's like get a kill and then you can get all your fuel back and all that stuff. I don't know. He is limited when it comes to that. You've either got to be good, you got to be decent, you got to be something at this character to get the most out of his, like, jetpacks. But when it comes to his jetpack, I would just recommend Farah, whatever, from Overwatch. Much better jetpack. I really like playing as that character because you can actually kind of control it. But this character, I feel like if you were to hold down space with Farah, she would go 50 meters in, like, a second. While this guy would be, like, still scraping on the ground with his clawed toes. Like, ugh. And there's one more thing that kind of hurts this character. He is countered very easily. In Overwatch, there are only a few characters that actually are hit scans, thus making Farah a little easier to play as, and because she's less countered by just average characters that are played every team. But then you've got Paladins, and Paladins is loaded with hit scans. Like, just looking at this tier list, I mean, we've got so many hit scans, like, so many hit scans in this, and the damage is the most played class in the game. Maybe the healers, I don't know, but the damage is a very played, is that right? I've never thought about that. A very played class. The damage class is one of the most played in the game, so it's pretty average to just, it's like common to just come across an enemy team that's loaded with a bunch of hit scans. So playing Drogoz in Paladins, or playing a character with a jetpack who can fly around with a rocket launcher in Paladins is hard. It's a lot harder, but, you know, if you're able to combine some of the environments and use that as cover, you're able to kind of make your way and, you know, kind of be successful in this. But then you've got Overwatch where it's a lot easier. So that's all I'm going to say. He is limited when it comes to his jetpack because I feel like you can spend your whole jetpack, like, just hold it down, go all the way up, and you're only going to go up, like, twice your height. Like, that is really just, I don't know, I don't really like it. But I actually do like this character. They can get some damage. I'm gonna put them in the A tier. They are a little interesting as well. The only thing that keeps Drogoz from being S tier, or in my mind really deserving A tier, is that he's countered by just so many people. Next is Imani. I actually really like this character, and if you've watched my other videos, then you already know what I'm looking for in this stuff. I'm looking for someone who's fun and interesting and who can do what their class requires. So damage, I'm looking for someone who can get some damage off and who's fun. Imani is exactly that. I don't play much of Imani, but you know what? I actually really like her. Her whole, like, switching, like I had mentioned Yagharoth and how she's kind of like two different characters with her planted form and then mounted form, like planted and then swap, whatever, and how that's really interesting. Imani's pretty much the exact same way. You got the ice and you've got the fire, and both of those have different abilities, and you can make different cards that's like, if you use it one, and then you use another, and then you swap again, it'll like reduce the cooldown on all of them. Like, it's really nice. So I actually really like this character, and they can get some damage off. Their dragon is a little interesting. I don't really know what I think about it. I like its damage. I feel like it is really limited to its movement. and it's a massive hitbox. I mean, it is overpowered, but you know what? I actually really like this character. I'm going to put him in the S tier. They really add something to the game when you see the dragon flying around, so I actually really like it. I'm going to put him in the S tier. Next is Kinessa. There are 2 snipers in this game, Kinessa and Strix. Strix was the first one I ever got, and for the longest time, he was one of my favorite characters in the game. I love Kinessa a lot more than I like Strix. I feel like the whole, like, Strix will take a shot and then he has to, like, you're forced out of aim down sights and you're just, like, kind of reloading your weapon or recocking it, and then you can aim down sights again and you shoot again. I feel like that's limited. I know it's more realistic and it is kind of satisfying when you see him, like, pump action, sniper rifle, stuff like that. But you know what? I would like to stay looking down the scope just to see what's going on. Where is my target? Did he move behind cover? Well, I can't tell because I'm now forced to, like, look away from I'm talking more about Strix on freaking Kinessa's turn. So what am I doing? I like Kinessa a lot. She can get some damage off. I like her primary fire. She's got some good talents, but you know, I don't play her that much. I'm not a sniper kind of guy. When it comes to certain games, I actually really like snipers, but then there are others that I don't really like them. I just find that there are other more interesting characters than a guy who stays in the back and shoots. So I'm going to put Kinessa in the B tier. She is good. She can get a lot of damage off, especially with her, like, what are they? Priority mines or something? That is not it at all, but something like that. I don't know. She can get some damage off, though. And next is Lian. I actually really like Lian. Other than her being a very, interesting character, she's abused a lot by people who just use the auto aim deck of cards where you just slide back and forth and you shoot. Yeah, you can get a lot of damage off of this character. I do like Lian a bit, actually. I'm gonna put them in the S tier. I like her. She is pretty kind of stupid and kind of overpowered with her whole auto aim, shoot, just slide, kill, sliding around. But yeah, I actually do like this character. You can get some damage off, and they're kind of interesting. I like her voice too. So there you go. Octavia. I don't really like this character. I had mentioned before how Imani adds something to the game with her dragon and how it's unique. I mean, no one else summons a massive, I would say real life size, like real size dragon in that game. And they're flying around, they're massive, and you're shooting, and it's like, oh god, no. Everybody's like, oh lord, let's just all go back to spawn. I like that. That adds something to the game. Octavia adds something to the game as well. She has that one shield. I don't play much, so help me out here. But she has that one ability where she throws like a disc on the ground, and it kind of like, it's a big radius around it that's like shielded off, but it's not a shield. It's just like a weird thing that no one can look through. You can go through it, but no one can look through, and you can shoot through as well. That adds something to the game. No one else has something like that or even looks like that. But this, it looks so weird. I mean, it's just like you're playing on Serpent Beach, which is it's dark, it's nighttime, it's calm place, right? The place is lit by torches, a bit of the moon. You've got stones everywhere, so it's like a cold blue stone color, right? And then you've got this massive pink and purple blue mess just standing right there in the middle of it. Like, I hate it. I really dislike it. I use it because, like, it's a good ability. I like being able to, like, oh, my Octavia, or even the enemies. Alright, well, they use that. I can look through it, or I can, like, get in it, and I can use cover, stuff like that. I do like it. It is not a bad ability. Visuals-wise, I hate it. I'm gonna put them in the B tier. She can get some damage off. I don't like her recoil. I don't know. I don't like her as much. I know. She definitely has potential, and I don't know. She can stay there, I guess. Next is Saati. I actually really like Saati. She's interesting. She adds something new. I do like this character a lot, though. I'm gonna put him in the S tier. Her wallbang ability, I've talked about it in my thoughts on Saati video. I really like that ability. It's just I think the visuals are kind of poop. I really don't like the visuals. If you were to look at Sova from Overwatch, he has a wallbang ultimate as well, and it's awesome. Visually, the blue or red is splashing across the walls. It looks like it's like ripping through the walls without actually destroying the environment. it looks great, and it feels powerful as well. Saati's, I mean, her gun, she doesn't pull out like a super gun or something left. She just tilts her gun to the left a little bit, and she shoots these orange balls that go through maps. It doesn't, I don't know, visually wise, it could have been pushed a little more and make it a lot cooler. But, you know, with this character, you know, I like it. The abilities, I actually like her abilities. They're decent. I like them. I like this character. They can get some damage off, so I'm going to put him in the S tier. I actually really like this character. Sha Lin is one of, this is a very rare case, okay? Sha Lin is one of the people that I actually like who came out at around launch. I actually really like this character. I like the damage they can do. They can get, they're cool, they're satisfying, they're chill, you know? That's something I brought up in my other videos. This character is relaxed. A lot of the characters in this game, you have to be focused, you have to do that. But you know what? Like I said with Pip, you can just relax and easily get 250,000 heals with that guy. He's effortlessly overpowered. This character is, you know, not overpowered by any means, but you know what? He's nice. You know, you just pull your bow back, you let it go, it gets 1,000 damage, done. 75 shots that hit, fully like wound up shots, and boom, you just got 75,000 damage right there. Well done. So I actually really like this character. I'm gonna put him in the S tier. Strix. First character, believe it or not, first character I ever bought was Strix, and I loved that character at the time. I loved Strix. You know, sniper. You know, really cool. You're gonna get the shot. They can go invisible. I still like this character, but I don't like them as much as I like Kinessa, and I don't really like Kinessa as much as like some of the other characters. You know, the S tier. But you know, it's interesting. I had a really cool past with this character. I loved getting the nice shots, the headshot. You know, me and my brother would watch, and we'd be in bed, and we would be like playing this game, and you know, I would like get the headshot, and we'd both be like, "Oh, dude, that was nice." I actually really like this character. They're decent, you know. Like, looking back on it, I really like this character, and they deserve A tier. But you know what? I just don't like them. When it comes to on paper, they're decent, I guess. It's just a sniper, goes invisible, you know, he's got a pistol, which is kind of cool. And then when they're in the game, you've got, like, you know, a more tactical feel to it. But then, like, I find Strix's ultimate to be super buggy, like, just, like, it's crazy. I'll get this thing pretty quickly because I actually kind of like it for just an ability. You can get it quickly in the game, so I like using it as an ability. I'll use it a lot. But you know what? It just, I don't know. It completely disappears. I throw it right into the people's face, and they don't get stunned. Or they get stunned, but they're only stunned for, like, half a second. I'll look at their talents or their items to see maybe they have something that reduce. Nope. Just, I don't know why. It either doesn't work at all, or it does kind of work, where it's, like, only half the time that they should be, they're stunned. And then it does work very rarely. I do like this character, though. I'm going to put them in the B tier. I'm tempted to put them in the A tier just because thinking back on it. But you know what? First character I ever bought. They're pretty decent, you know. I like them still. B tier. Once again, I just don't like how you take a shot and then instead of, like with Kinessa, you stay looking down your scope where you can watch where your target is going and maybe even prep for the next shot. You're forced to look completely out of it. And then you gotta, like, look and maybe like with your eyes, your own eyes, not even the screen or the scope, you gotta look and maybe like, are they way over there or something like that? Where are they going? Are they behind cover? And then you can zoom in again and then you can see like it. I just really don't like it. So B tier is fine. Tiberius, I love Tiberius so much. I'm gonna put him right just from the start in the S tier. I love Tiberius so much. He's interesting. I like this character for his kind of ricochet thing where his like primary fire will like bounce off walls. You're able to get some really cool kills without even seeing people, so that's really nice. He's got some decent mobility and he can get a lot of damage off, like a lot of damage off. He can get some heals off as well, and you know what? You can take this character in multiple different ways once again. So he's fun, he's interesting, he has good mobility, he can get some damage off, so he's good as what he's supposed to be doing. And you know what? You can take him and you can turn him into something else. I've made a deck of cards where you can turn this character, a damage, into a flank. And using certain abilities at certain times and timing different things, you can actually make this work. And it's crazy. I can never express to you the face that Genos expressed to me when I came up on him and I flanked, and he was like, why would you do this to me? You're supposed to be on the opposite side of the map. Why are you right here? What are you doing? Go back. And I said no. I said, you know what? Here's a bladed thing right to your face. And you know what he said? He didn't say anything. He was dead. So, I actually really like this character. You can take him multiple different ways. He's fun, and he's interesting. And, you know, he's got a cool voice. So, there you go. Right there. And he's French. Sticking with my trend, he's French, so he'll be S tier automatically. Tyra is a very interesting character. I don't really like this character. She's decent, and when you, like, know her, she can be really, really good. You get some really good damage off. I like some of her abilities, like her firebomb thing, but you know what? I don't like this character. I don't really like him. I just don't like him. So, I'm gonna say B tier. I'm gonna try to make this quick because I just realized how long this video is. B tier for this character. She's decent. She can get some stuff off, damage. You know, she's decent. I just don't really like this character. No movement ability. That's it. No movement ability. What the heck? Inara has no movement ability. Technically, you can do like the little thing with her cards where you have like the knockback. I don't like that. That's not a movement ability, and it's awkward. Tyra has no movement ability either. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I get it, the abilities she does have, it fits her and it works for her, but I just don't like no movement ability. So, you know, not this character. Sorry. One of the greatest examples of a early Paladins character. Not interesting. Shoot, grenade. We've all seen it before. Just non-memorable, awkward, weird character design. I mean, like a green weird suit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Viktor. Oh my gosh. And what's his ability again? Why is he the lone wolf? Like, what's going on here? I really don't like this character. So, I'm gonna put this run and gun, perfectly defined as character, in the C tier. They can get damage off. They're not a bad character, but they're not interesting. I just don't like that. He can get some damage off. He's not a bad character. As I said, he's not a bad character. He can get some damage off. He does what he's supposed to do. I'll put him in a B tier, okay? This B tier is massive. He can get some damage off, but he is not interesting. He's just there, man. I mean, he's just not interesting. Any poor kid who sees Yaggroth will remember that forever. Anybody who sees Viktor will instantly forget. Right here, I have a picture of him right there, looking on it on screen. Right there it is. I don't remember his stinking costume. It's green. I think it folds over. But I know it's green and brown. It makes, God, I don't like this character. Next is Vivian. This character is similar to Viktor. This is another character that's just not interesting for me. They're gun, they like shoot, but no movement ability either, so that sucks. I like characters with mobility. That's why I play Doomfist from Overwatch. I mean, that guy can be like for 1 second across the map and the other second like on your face, and you're just like, hey there, pal, how you doing? And then like be gone in an instant. And then you've got this character and you're just like, just there, shoots, you know, she's got a shield, I guess. I mean, which makes no sense really, but she got a shield, she shoots, and she's got rocks that have lights in them that she throws up in the sky, and then she's got rocks that she throws on walls that like tell people that there are people there. Like, dude, come on, dude. Not a bad character. She can get some damage off, but I just don't like it. I just don't like this character. So, I'm going to put this character in the C tier. I don't hate the character. I actually like playing as her, but she's just not interesting. Take Imani, for example. Imani has a pretty decent movement ability. She puts like an ice skate thing, and then she's able to like surf kind of the sky. It's really cool. And she's able to be from 1 second over here and another second over there. I actually like it. She, if you like her frost abilities, that's cool. Well, she's also got fire abilities, similar to Strix, which is something I was going to bring up. You'd probably say that he kind of adds something new. The whole, like, Yaggroth has 2 forms. He has, like, a sniper rifle and a pistol. That's cool. No, his pistol's practically worthless. It makes so much freaking noise. It's ridiculous. I feel like just, like, exploding in your face. It makes no sense. Vivian, you know, you can just stay right there, I guess. Next is Willo. Willo is interesting. I don't hate this character. She's got some cool abilities, like her Scorn, I believe it's called. The seed she throws on the ground that, like, explodes. I like that a lot. She's got no healing, which is ridiculous. Man, I hate playing against this character. The stinking, like, no healing zone. If you're a tank, you just want to, like, my god almighty, if you're a tank, you just want to turn around and say to your team, guys, peace out, I'm done, and you just walk away, because this character is so stinking annoying. She can get some damage off, she has decent movement ability, I like it, I like her abilities, but you know what, I'm going to put her in the C tier. I just don't find, I'm going to put her in the B tier. She can get some damage off, she is kind of fun, I just don't like her abilities that much. There's some that are cool, I just don't find this character to be interesting, and there's nothing you can do with them. It's just, like, just there. Just damage. Alright, now you've been very patient. I thank you for waiting this freaking, I don't know, long video. I thank you for waiting. And you will now be greeted with the God tier damage. And the God tier damage is Vaatu. Because guess what? Vaatu can do pretty much the same damage and is just simply a better character. So, I hope you guys have a great day. I know you 110% agree with my decisions here. Just remember to subscribe, because that's an option, I guess. And I hope you have a great day. And remember, life is short. Play great games.